today, I'm going to take the biggest trope of digital marketing and I'm going to leverage it too. I'm going to do one of those videos, and today we're going to talk about epic fail realtor websites, because if there's one thing that I've seen in my 16-year career inside the real estate digital marketing industry, it is realtors failing on selecting the right website for themselves, understanding what the right website is, getting past the information that's been given to them, not having an education to understand when they're being misrepresented to and what is unrealistic when somebody's telling them on some type of sales call. So today we're going to clarify all of those mysteries and make sure that you, the person watching this video, doesn't have an epic fail when they buy a real estate website. My name is Robert Newman. I'm the founder of InboundREM. We are a real estate SEO and website development company. You can check out our website at InboundREM.com if I end up making you curious. All right, so without any further ado, here we go. Number one, the current state of the real estate world's website developers. So this is a big subject. Buckle up, Buttercup. There's actually about 10 major real estate website developers. And they have all been going through a lot over the last 3 or 4 years. Placester, which is probably the biggest by website install volume, went through a total redesign process. If you haven't seen it, check out my video with Seth Price, where we talk about the new product about 2 years ago. You can find it on the Mail-Right podcast. But they went through a major process redevelopment, and right now they're making websites between $59 and $129 yourself that are basically do-it-yourself building websites perfect for a brand new real estate agent. But you shouldn't really probably buy a product like that you don't own or control or have high expectations of branding for a product that is zero setup and $129 a month. So you've also got other people in the industry. You've got Agent Image, which has been around longer than anybody else, 25 years or so, and they're building the same kind of solid but somewhat antiquated luxury branded sites that they've always built. But guess what? They always have spun a story about them being like, something that's gonna build you like money. And I worked there for 8 years. It's never gonna do that, okay? Their websites were extremely rarely able to produce business for clients. And it was before they sold their online marketing division in Forza to the former CEO of the company. And then you've got companies like Ylopo, which make websites on Square. And I know that they would love to tell you to go out and use this site and build the site and do things in the site, but honestly, Square sites aren't built like that, nor are Wix. I'm working with a Wix client right now, and I have had this opinion for a while. It had been a long time since I'd worked with a Wix website. I can tell you beyond a shadow of a doubt that Wix is not a very good SEO platform. You don't want to do the kind of work or the kind of money or time investment into Wix that you would do with WordPress or websites where ostensibly you have more control over the actual content management system, okay? There are no good solutions for truly dedicated inbound marketers when it comes to these third-party systems, unless you're going to do something really simple like post 1 video a month, which makes the conversation around where the state of the market is and what you can buy really important, and who's in the company. But here's the number one most important thing of all time. As technology has advanced, your website options as a realtor have changed significantly. All of you intuitively know that. You've got different types of websites where you kind of look at them and to your eye, maybe they look the same, and they're not. They're not. What pages are on a website and what you are aiming the functionality of that website are make a vast difference. Why is that true? Well, for number one, if you are a conversion optimization expert, that is a person that's an expert at the buttons, the tools, the user experience that relates to conversion, then you're going to build probably a really long funnel site that's like maybe a single page of content. Okay, very similar to the way that Brunson's done it, okay, with his company, Funnel Builder or whatever it is. Okay, it's just one page. This guy's made billions off that idea. A single page that's conversion friendly, okay? Shopify has made a shopping cart into a website idea that's so simple and effective They control 25 or 30% of the e-commerce market now, okay? So when I say there are websites that have specific purposes and intent for real estate agents, you either have a generalist website, which most of them do not do anything generally well, okay? That's Placester and that's Luxury Presence. These are branded websites. I shouldn't say they shouldn't do anything well. As long as you want something pretty and that's it, those sites work fine, okay? You will occasionally get calls, mostly from your sphere of influence, but the design, the intent, the people that hold skill sets at those companies, which you may or may not know, they are not conversion optimization specialists. I am not a conversion optimization specialist, just so it can be said. I am a storytelling and story optimization expert, which means that you do get calls off my services. But my design is not to close everybody in a funnel. It is to create a relationship between you and the audience that keeps them coming back for more so that when you do get calls, you get a lot of them and they're high quality, okay? But it takes a while. That's the downside. All right, the current state of the real estate world's real estate web developers is also something unusual in that Sierra Interactive just sold itself. Real Geek sold itself a number of years ago. IDX Broker just got bought. All of these buyouts usually lead to suffering service performance, and that has been the case in every single example that I just gave you. Real Geeks not really suffering on the service performance side, but they changed the people that were producing their websites, and they also stopped innovating. And that's Real Geeks. Still a decent product, still a mid-tier product, and still a mid-tier lead generation website. Not a branding site, not a place business card, not an inbound marketing site. The only people really making inbound marketing sites is us, InboundREM. Okay, so we do inbound sites that are supposed to solely build a reputation in the search engine, so it's an SEO, inbound-driven content site. We are the first people to really promote those as a major product line. And we've got two other major product lines coming out which are going to sing to this current state of the real estate world website developers. We've built what's called the Location Master, which is specific, a website specific to ranking you in local. That's it. That's all it's intended to do. It has the right ability to send the content signals and things that you need on the site, which, by the way, those signals are not native to any of the main website providers that are out there. Zero. Not Sierra Interactive, not Luxury Presence, not Agent Fire, none of them, not Chime, not Bold Trail, not KB Core, new and old name, same service, not Boomtown, not Real Estate Webmasters, not Agent Image. I can go on and on, not YLopo. None of them have that built out. None of them. So we built out a website price type that did. And then we're also stepping into the investor market. Why? Because you've got a website type there, investor websites, which if any of you have ever met or dealt with a wholesaler or a real estate flipper, you're going to understand that what you were talking to was somebody who's probably heard of Carrot. Okay, well, we took a little bit of time, built out a product that's going to blow the doors off Carrot. Well, on both the ranking side and the appearance side. Okay, so we have an investor website type. Why is that important? Because investor website types don't talk about the same stuff. It's a 3-page concept. You add a few videos onto the site, all meant to get somebody to convert very, very quickly. It's a different idea entirely. That's why Carrot has had like 8,000 website installs based on only that idea. So when you say what the current state of the real estate website world developers is that there is newsflash. The industry is segmenting out right before your eyes, making it harder for you to decide what it is that you want to buy. And this is why you fail. You fail. Every single time you fail. You fail because you don't know, like Sync and other companies I haven't yet mentioned. Their website designs have moved in the direction of being only really applicable for big teams. Now, I'm not saying that they don't work for agents. Some agents out there do use it still. But why would an agent pay $1,000 for a CRM? Explain it to me. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It never really did. It really doesn't now. It does make sense for a team lead to pay $1,000 for the core CRM and then $25 a head. That makes sense. But it doesn't make sense for a single agent to pay that much money for a CRM anymore. The value proposition for Boomtown has really changed over the years. Same thing with everybody else that sells CRMs, like Sierra Interactive. Also, not for nothing, the all-in-one systems that you all have heard of, that everybody says that they want, is another epic fail. Why? Because the best CRMs out there, HubSpot and Follow Up Boss, are both not connected to any real estate website developer. And why is that, do you think? I'm a developer. I'm telling you, it's because making all these tools all at once is very, very difficult. And you need a massive budget and a massive staff. And which of the industry leaders do you think that are really out there trying to improve their product to serve all real estate agents? Because the answer is none. Placester limited down its offerings to 3 after capturing almost the entire market. And they had huge VC funding, $25 million. Luxury Presence is probably expanding out their offering more dramatically than anybody else in the real estate website world. It would be Luxury Presence. So I've given you a lot of data. How does this data, how does the information that I just gave you, how does it affect most of the realtors in the country? Well, there's also this growing sound wave or soundbite about, do you really need a website? The answer to that, by the way, is no, you don't. I sell them, you don't need them. It just depends on what you're trying to do. The epic fail here is, listen, right now, my number one recommendations would probably be like Placester and things like that when it comes to websites, because if you don't specifically know and understand what you want to do with a website, you shouldn't be buying one. They're too expensive. They're all too expensive. Me, Luxury Presence, all of us. It's thousands of dollars at a minimum to make this website happen for yourself. And that's not even counting the monthly service. Start counting the monthly service, and most of these decisions are $5,000 to $10,000. That's a lot of money, no matter what way you slice it. So how does that affect most of the realtors in the country? Well, I think that what's required here is hopefully why you're in this video, if you're watching it. What I'm really hoping is that realtors start to understand they need more education. That is how it affects you. You need to understand that all industries, yours included, have a lot of different website types and that you need to choose the best one for the mission. You also probably need to understand that you might end up having either no website or multiple websites. Okay, that's the nature of the business, is do you have a website for each particular functionality? Could you have a massive one website fits all idea going on? Oh, sure you could. Sure you could. But in order to make that website relevant to all the segments that you want it to make it relevant to, you're going to have to do work. And most realtors I know hate that. Like, I've got a realtor that is great on the financing side, a property manager, and I can go on, and she has like 3 different websites and struggles to do all the work for even one of the 3. Because you still have to, like, if you're running a team site, you're a small entrepreneur, you've got to update team bios and send them into us. Now, we do all the work for you. We upload them, do all that stuff, edit them, all of it. But still, you have to get them over to us, have to collect them from the agents, have to get them to take their photos. There's a lot of detail work in digital, a surprisingly large amount. So when you're sitting here going, okay, what do I need to do? Well, you need to plan, and you need to take your time, and you need to watch videos of guys like me and not stop listening to all the talking heads. Try to find people that do specific videos, such as, what does a real estate lead generation website, what does it really operate like, and what are reasonable performance expectations? Now, it probably isn't a video that exists. Why? Because most people don't want to actually give you those details. Real estate website companies have no idea what their clients as a whole are doing. I virtually guarantee it. They don't know. Nobody's ever tracked it. They just give you the details of 1 or 2 of their best clients. When you say, oh, does this work? And they go, oh, yeah, Tom over here with his 50 years of experience in the real estate market, he's making $30 million a year on our website. You should be able to do that too. Unless they can give you a cookie cutter template, you won't be able to do it, which is why there's such a proliferation of real estate educators that do so well, like Christy Mayshore, and the list goes on. All right, number 3, failure prevention mechanics for all realtors, regardless of experience. So failure prevention mechanics. Measure twice, measure 3 times, measure 4 times. If you have questions about real estate websites and you want to know what type is best for you, you want to go through a process trying to get to the modality of organizing your priorities. I'll tell you what I have learned 16 years and 5,000 or 6,000 conversations in. Every single realtor says, I want leads. And then every single realtor says they want branding. And then every single realtor says they want calls to come to them. Most of the time, realtors' expectations about what can be done with digital are wildly out of whack with what you can actually do with digital. You need to work at each one of these elements. If you want to do lead conversion, well, lead conversion oftentimes is done best with video. So if you're not ready and willing to do video, then you're going to have to pay 10 times more to have a guy like me come up with a plan that is complete on your product. There's lots of little products out there that are making waves, like Fellow and this guy that basically created a process around collecting leads for new developments. And all these people are catching on to little fires that are in the real estate industry and then creating a little buzz around them and getting you to spend your hard-earned money on them. You have to ask how these services work. How do they deal with you, the customer? The most reliable lead generation method as a general whole that I've seen in all of real estate is honestly video. And right now, the service that we've just launched is Video Shark, and Video Shark is a completely done-for-you video service. Keyword targeting, scripting, editing, and then optimizing in YouTube. And it's number 4, which is what we're really best at, is really where we shine and is where everybody else has been weak. So that's really what the main calling card of that service is. There's other people who've done this in the past, but we're going to do it cheaper and better. That's basically what it comes down to. So that idea behind video is you should learn. You sign up for $10 a month for vidIQ. You'll learn almost as much as I can teach you on video, and you can do so for cheap. When I say failure prevention mechanics, you know what failure prevention is? Learn. There's only one thing that I could really say about this market in this current state of the real estate website world. You know why most real estate website developers and everybody else work? They're all in a dither, they're letting people go, they're confused, they're lost, they are not releasing new products. I'm releasing 3. Why? What's the difference? I'll tell you what the difference is, which should be the same difference for you. Education. Really go out there and learn. This is the learning era. This is the knowledge era. I'm really lucky in that I like learning stuff. And I learn a lot, which is why I decided to stop worrying so much about traditional SEO, segment out our services, and focus in on the verticals that I absolutely, positively know are performing. Now, maybe there's buzz around them right now, maybe there's not, but here's what 16 years in real estate has taught me, and it'll teach it to you too. Eventually, the cream rises to the top. Not in the immediacy sometimes, but it always does. And if you have strategies that are working consistently, and maybe there's just not a lot of buzz going on, but you see it working, then get ahead of it. Dive into it, learn about it, study it, find a mentor, something. Okay, but that's my failure prevention mechanics is really simple. It's simple knowledge and hard work. Learn. Watch all of my videos. You'll hear me talk about website types at least 5 or 10 different times. You'll hear me talk about a lot of stuff. You probably have about 300 videos, maybe 3,000 hours of content, but I can promise you this, if you got through even half of it, you're going to be a huge real estate website expert, and you can do all of it without spending any outbound money. All right, that's it. I've been Robert Newman. If you like this video, if you like my content, do me a favor, give me a little attaboy in the form of a thumbs up or a comment on the video. I'd appreciate it.
Sound checking.
Sound check, sound check. Testing 1, testing 2, testing 3. Okay.